Let me welcome you on behalf of the entire Albany County Legislature to our 2026 Summer Grants Ceremony. The people in this room sitting in front of us are the people that roll up their sleeves every day and do hard things that are important things in your communities to make those communities that are part of Albany County so vibrant, so positive, so special, and they help to make life a little bit better for our residents. And we appreciate you so much. So thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. Today's grants are two sort of separate funding streams. One is the Albany County Improvement Initiative, we call it ACIF, and our legislative grants. And the Albany County Improvement Grants, they go toward a number of projects that focus on women's health initiatives, substance and tobacco addiction programs, anti-bullying programs, and they're so important. I see there's lots of young people out here, and we're especially happy to see all of you. I'm glad to see you're wearing your school colors and repping your towns and cities, and that's really special too, and it shows us that these grants are not just going to the adults who kind of put the proposal together, but they've engaged those kids and youth to also make these grants happen. So that's really special too, and we appreciate you being here. And we know you didn't get to miss school. We'll try to work on that for next year. Maybe you can miss a little school. I also want to highlight our leadership team here. We have with me today, obviously, all of the legislature, and there's a lot of you. Boy, there's really a lot of you here. But we also have our Deputy Chair, Wanda Willingham, who is to my left. Wanda is also going to join us to speak for a couple of minutes as well. But first, I want to also just highlight the breadth and scope of what we're funding today. These grants are supporting programmatic change and positive change from urban areas like the city of Albany, where we're standing today, to the river cities, Cohoes, Waterville, to our hill towns, Bern, Knox, Westerlo, Rensselaerville, New Scotland, as well as the cities, the towns and cities like where I'm from, the town of Bethlehem, Guilderland, Colony, all of those communities. So it's really nice to see that these grants are having an influence and shaping programmatic change in every single community across the county. And we look to make sure that we are doing that we are spreading the programmatic dollars far and wide. It's really important to us. Albany County is a very beautiful and diverse county with a lot of variability from the more rural areas to the urban areas. And the benefit you get from a group of lawmakers that represent this very diversified community is that you get to see the difference in really the kind of life that people are living, and that's a beautiful thing in Albany County.
48 grants that the legislature has given out throughout the community, and it's because of the legislators that are here working their community saying, hey, there's a need. And as dollars get tough, as we got all these unfunded mandates from the state of New York to the tune of almost $30 million for next year, you know, we have to be careful how we do things, but we also know it's important to represent the community in fixed parks or anti-bullying or anti-smoking. And I just want to say I commend this body for really being a partner with not just in their district, but you got to look at the whole county. There's 19 municipalities, 330,000 residents, give or take. So what's that also represent? The $366,000 that they're giving out to the community. So I do want to commend the chairwoman, Joanne Cunningham, the majority leader, Dennis Feeney, the deputy chair, Wanda Willingham, to everyone that is here at the table for making this possible.
I want to say congratulations to all of our awardees this morning, because we are excited to see the differences that you can make as we continue to reinvest in our communities. Now, for one, I'm thrilled to see the diversity of all of the different organizations here today. It is our job as elected officials to make sure that the work that we do benefits all communities. The work we do must actively reinvest in those residents and those neighborhoods that have spent too long being underserved. And this takes a lot of work that can only be accomplished by you, our community members, our community partners. So we want to thank you for this and are proud that all of you are stepping up.
Our first group are awardees supporting women's health through education, service distribution, and the promotion of resources, including things like health screenings, workshops, mental health services, community outreach initiatives, all very, very important in today's world to address a lot of the concerns and issues that women are having. We are more grateful than ever to have this talented group of awardees serving the residents of Albany County. We're so proud of you. We love working with you. Our first recipient is Empowered Midwifery Care, founded by Lisa Preller in 2021, and it's actually located in my community of Del Mar. This is a practice that provides individualized midwifery care. The grant funding will support 2 initiatives that will address barriers to gynecologic and postpartum care, super important, including expanding trauma-informed gynecological care that improves pain management, reduces procedural anxiety, and increases access to preventive care. The grant will also expand the Empowered Parenting and Birth Initiative that supports RN-led home visits 7 to 10 days after hospital discharge. This helps address very serious postpartum health concerns during one of the highest risk periods of maternal complications. The next recipient we are recognizing is KIPP, Capital Region Public Schools. The program provides age-appropriate health education workshops, mental health awareness, and community building activities that empower young participants. Our next recipient is Moms Start Here. This is an organization located in Albany County that is dedicated to strengthening maternal and infant support for families. Grant funding will help expand and enhance its existing network of services through a coordinated approach that reduces barriers to care, improves access to essential resources, and increases health literacy. A big round of applause for our friends. Okay, our next ACIF grant goes to recognize the work of the Milk Mentor. This organization uses the grant dollars to support 100 lactating parents and 100 pregnant residents by providing essential resources, including breastfeeding and colostrum kits, to help remove barriers and promote healthy outcomes for families. Great work. Okay, our final recipient in this group, Women's Health Group, is Upper Hudson Planned Parenthood. Serving more than 15,000 individuals across the Capital District every year, Upper Hudson Planned Parenthood is a vital provider of reproductive and behavioral health care services. This grant will help support sustainable menstrual health initiatives and provide abortion aftercare assistance for women and gender-diverse individuals. Our next group of grants from the Albany County Improvement Fund support anti-bullying and youth violence prevention programs. We started this, I think, 2 years ago when actually it was some constituents sat down with a number of us and started talking about the need for more education programs in middle schools, even elementary schools, and especially high schools that focus on addiction prevention. That this is the perfect time to start educating those young people. Made perfect sense. We actually added that focus area into this grant and kind of off we went, and we've got a lot of interest across Albany County for these kind of programs. There is a tremendous need, and these programs work, so we're really happy to invest in them. Our first recipient is Albany School of Humanities. This grant funding will support 2 initiatives designed to educate students and reduce bullying through a culturally focused culinary curriculum and student-led productions that promote empathy and inclusion. Next, we recognize the Vern Knox Westerlo School District. This grant allows the school district to implement a structured, evidence-informed curriculum focused on mental health and bullying prevention while creating a more supportive school environment. So great work. Our next recipient is the Eden Roses Foundation. Funding will support youth that are living in the West Hill, West End, Arbor Hill, and South End neighborhoods through its Leadership, Employment, Arts, and Fun program. It's called the LEAF program. LEAF helps young people develop empathy, emotional regulation, and positive peer relationships and nonviolent conflict resolution skills. Our next recipient in this category, the anti-bullying and anti-addiction services category, is the Giffen Memorial Elementary School. The grant funding for this program will support the implementation of a comprehensive, evidence-based anti-bullying program that promotes a safe and welcoming learning environment for every student, and we're very happy to contribute to this. Okay, our next recipient is Henry Johnson Charter School. Funding will be used to implement a comprehensive, evidence-based curriculum featuring key components of the Second Step Social Emotional Learning Program, providing students with a multi-tiered system of support, and they also do wonderful work. We also, are we recognizing KIPP region schools again? The KIPP Capital Region schools who were up here before, come on up again. This grant is to strengthen their bullying prevention efforts, and this is through a peer meditation program that is in partnership with Meditation Matters, and that's okay. Next up is the Ravina Quaymans Selkirk Elementary School. This is another school district that is doing really important work in this anti-bullying and anti-addiction space. Their funding is going to support an evidence-based bullying prevention program, school assemblies, targeted interventions, and ongoing data monitoring to strengthen student well-being. Our next recipient is Sand Creek Middle School. Grant funding for Sand Creek Middle School benefits approximately 880 students in grades 5 through 8 using expanded social emotional learning opportunities and participation in the Sweethearts and Superheroes Assembly, a program encouraging empathy, inclusion, and positive peer relationships. Congrats to them. The final recipient in this category of grants is going to the Voorheesville Central School District. This funding supports initiatives focused on cyberbullying prevention, internet safety, and fostering a culture of kindness through the school community. We will now turn our attention to another category of the ACIF grants. And these grants, we're being very efficient, thank you. These grants go toward substance use prevention. Addiction continues to impact families across the Albany County community and across our country. And many of us have seen this up close and personal, and there is nothing more frightening than seeing someone you love in the throes of addiction. Addiction impacts so many areas of our communities, and education, especially at an early stage, plays a very, very critical role. The Cohoes City School District and Ravina Quaymans Selkirk Central School District are each using their grant funding to bring a nationally recognized speaker in to help kids understand the dangers of substance abuse and the life-changing consequences that addiction can have. Our final round of Albany County Improvement Grants is going to recognize our parks and playgrounds projects. I will say, I think this is one of our most popular programs that we offer. And again, parks and playgrounds always need investment, and there is not a community in Albany County that can't make use of extra dollars that help to support our municipalities who work with us to improve those public spaces, make our parks safer, more accessible to everyone, more enjoyable to everyone in our communities. The grant dollars for the City of Cohoes is going to support the reconstruction of park restrooms, including the installation of ADA-compliant facilities to ensure greater accessibility for all visitors. We are recognizing the City of Watervliet. Funding is being used to purchase and install new playground equipment and amenities in 4 city parks. This is going to create updated recreational spaces for residents and families, and we're thrilled to offer this funding to your parks program. The town of Colony is also receiving awards for 2 important projects. I know we have a whole delegation from Colony that's very, very supportive. The first will replace damaged playground equipment at Leisha Kill Pocket Park, and the second will allow for much-needed LED lighting over the softball field at West Albany Pocket Park to be installed that improves both safety and usability. And I invite all the folks, and if there's anybody from the town of Colony, come on up. The town of Guilderland is receiving grant funding to improve accessibility at 2 town playgrounds, making these community spaces more welcoming and inclusive for residents of all abilities. We are also very pleased to recognize the Village of Ravenna. The funding for this town park will go to support the replacement of deteriorating concrete around the village pool at Mosher Park, enhancing safety for everyone who enjoys this popular community destination. Okay, our final Parks and Playground recipient is the town of Westerlo. This grant funding will be used to purchase 3 sets of bleachers for 2 town parks, increasing both safety and accessibility for residents attending community events and sporting events.
I have the honor of recognizing the organizations receiving this year's legislative grants. Every time we gather for a ceremony like this, I am reminded of the incredible work happening throughout all of Albany County. Time and again, we are inspired by organizations that dedicate themselves to serving others with compassion, determination, and commitment to their communities. Today is all about people who look beyond themselves and choose to invest in making our neighborhoods, our cities, and our county more welcoming, equitable, and inclusive for everyone. So we hope that these grants help strengthen your efforts and support the important work that you continue to do. So, our first legislative grant recipient is 1841 Calvary Incorporated, sponsored by legislators Matt Miller and Chris Smith. This grant will help replace deteriorated fencing surrounding the horse barn used for the organization's equine-assisted learning programs. Next, we recognize the Albany Community Land Trust, sponsored by legislator Danielle Gillespie. Grant funding will support youth on probation by providing workforce development opportunities, including resume building, exposure to higher education, and wraparound support service. Next is Capital Streets, sponsored by Deputy Majority Leader Lynn Lukakis and legislator Ray Joyce. This grant will support the creation of road safety tools designed to improve safety in school zones. I want you to please welcome the Chinese Community Center. This is sponsored by legislator Ellen Rosano. The funding will support a year-round youth development initiative focused on leadership, civic engagement, and social emotional well-being for young people across Albany County. Our next recipient is Colony Pop Warner, sponsored by legislator Patty Lockhart. And this grant funding will purchase equipment and safety items for the organization's flag football program. Our next recipient is Colony Senior Service Center. They're on their way right now, but they were sponsored by legislator Paul Bergdorf and legislator Todd Drake. This grant will help offset operational costs for the center's transportation program, ensuring seniors continue to have access to essential services. Please welcome Green Island Little League, sponsored by legislator Maggie Alix. Funding will support structural repairs to the announcer's booth, helping maintain a safety environment for players, volunteers, and spectators. Next is the Guilderland Letterman Foundation, sponsored by Majority Leader Dennis Feeney and legislator Mickey Cleary. Funding will replace equipment that has reached its end of life in the Guilderland High School weight room, ensuring students have access to safe and modern fitness equipment. Please welcome Help Orphan Puppies, sponsored by legislator Andrew Joyce. This grant will enable the organization to care for more dogs and puppies while helping them find safe and permanent homes. Okay, they're not here today? Okay, now we're going to move on. Our next recipient is the Historic Altamont, sponsored by legislator Jeff Pearlie. Funding will help the village participate in the New York State Interpretive Signage Program, highlighting its rich local history. Next is In Our Own Voices, sponsored by legislator Susan Petto. Grant funding will provide emergency food assistance, prepared meals, and CDTA bus passes for individuals traveling to medical appointments and employment opportunities. Please welcome Justice for Orphans, sponsored by legislator Zach Collins. This grant will provide additional beds and bedding for children in need. Our next recipient is the Mohawk Hudson Humane Society, sponsored by legislator Tim Lane. And funding will expand the Paws Pals Summer Camp for students in grades 1 through 5, introducing them to companion animals and responsible pet care. Next is the North Colony Junior Bison Football and Cheer Program, sponsored by legislator Ryan Conway. This grant will help replace 20 youth football helmets, improving player safety. Okay, they're not here. Okay. Please welcome the North Colony Youth Baseball Association, sponsored by legislators Dave Mayo and Susan LaRilliard. Funding will be used to purchase new baseball equipment and supplies for the program. Our next recipient is the Rapp Road Historical Association, sponsored by legislator Frank Commisso. Grant funding will provide school districts throughout Albany County with culturally significant historical resource books written by local authors. Next is Rock the Block, sponsored by Deputy Majority Leader Gil Ethier and legislator Bill Ricard. Funding will help offset expenses associated with the organization's community concert series. Please welcome Scouting America Troop 1058, sponsored by our chairwoman. This grant will purchase new camping and canoeing equipment to strengthen the troops' outdoor education program. Our next recipient is South Colony Dollars for Scholars, sponsored by Minority Leader Frank Moriello. Funding will provide scholarships to Colony High School students pursuing college or post-secondary education, recognizing their commitment to community service and volunteerism. Next is Stronger Through Every Mile, sponsored by legislator Gary Demolowitz. This grant will support a Couch to 5K training program designed for survivors of domestic violence. Please welcome the Youth Builders Apprentice Program, sponsored by legislative Black Caucus Chairperson Dr. Carolyn McLaughlin. Funding will support hands-on apprenticeship opportunities for students in grades 7 through 12. Our next recipient is Welcome Chapel. Woo-hoo! Sponsored by legislator Barrero Efekoro and Wanda Willingham. This grant will help expand community programming and services that benefit residents. Our final recipient today is the Waterville Historical Society, sponsored by legislator Bob Beston. This grant funding will support the bicentennial Meneely Bell Foundry Celebration, honoring an important part of our county's history. I want everyone here today to just give all of yourselves an applaud here for everything that you've done. Congratulations to all of today's recipients. Thank you for joining us as we celebrate the organizations, the school, the communities, the municipalities, and community leaders who make Albany County a stronger place to live, a stronger place to work, and to raise a family. So we want you to know that we appreciate everything you do for our residents. And we look forward to seeing the impact these projects will have in the months ahead.